For the 25th time, welcome to Who's, followed closely by a sleep for Will. First up, it's breaking news. Well, not really breaking news, because we kind of know everything there is to know about this news, so it's closer to, like, broken news. But that doesn't sound as exciting, so let's cross over to Will with the breaking news. How are you, Will? Thanks, Will. Well, as I rose my weary head from my pillow this morning, I discovered a very unexpected video. Starting with obscurely Doctor Who imagery, it was soon clear what was being teased. By that cliff face, I assume Season 4 of Broadchurch, now set in Dover. If they were the White Cliffs of Dover, I'm not entirely certain on that fact. It was the reveal of the 13th Doctor, with text stating we'd find out after the Wimbledon men's final, on the shockingly close date of the 16th of July. Not shocking if you're a fan of tennis, as you'd already know that was when that Wimbledon men's final thing was on, but shocking if you're a nerd like any of us, because yet again, Doctor Who fans have to watch sport to find out anything new. Now, back to you, Will. Thanks, Will. And to the top story of the week, and it is that, well, I mean, actually the top story was what just happened, but that just happened. So the top story of the entire week, not of today, is that the Capaldi, Moffat, and many other Who faces have had their golden wrap on the show. On July 10, Peter Capaldi and crew stepped out of the BBC studios in Cardiff and were greeted by a crap ton of fans. He took pictures, signed autographs, and smiled for the fans who love him so much. He did all this likely through a lot of emotional pain, as the 10th marked his final day on set. We don't know if it was a regeneration scene that he filmed on the 10th, but Rachel Talalay, who is the director of the Christmas special as well as all the greatest episodes of the new series, she doesn't even know who the new Doctor is, so maybe it wasn't a regen scene, or maybe, crazily, even the director had to leave for the new Doctor to be brought onto set. But who knows? It's just amazing that on surely the most emotional day of his entire Doctor Who career, Capaldi still went out and saw the fans. He is a gift. Oh, it's gonna be an interesting next year. I mean, that didn't make any sense, but let's go to some more happy news. Comic-Con news, not leaving-ness news. The Doctor Who cast and crew will be hitting up Hall H once again at San Diego Comic-Con. Joining moderator Chris Hardwick will be Capaldi, Pearl Mackie, Matt Lucas, Michelle Gomez, Mark Gatiss, and Stephen Moffat. The panel will of course feature a Q&A with the guests, but excitingly will also give us a glimpse at the recently filmed Christmas special. Now when I say us, I do of course mean everyone in Hall H. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a promo image and maybe the episode of the title, but don't expect a trailer to be put online anytime soon. You do remember how long we had to wait for that 50th trailer? Oh my god, it was a while. I mean, I could be totally wrong, because I know Moffat was really irritated when just the audio of that 50th trailer leaked online, so maybe he's just gonna make it a seamless at Comic-Con straight onto the internet so there's no spoilers or leaks, but we will see. Something also that I had written down on the script last night, which I now have to change how I'll say it both ways. This would be the perfect place for the Doctor to be announced. Let's change that now. This would be a cool place for the Doctor to be. It's weird because, I mean, it's very Series 10 focused, so I feel like it's going to be more of a reflective panel than what's to come in the Christmas special. I mean, they're going to show the trailer and stuff, but I think it's going to be pretty focused on the era that was, not so much the Christmas special, because it's such a small thing to have an entire panel about. And I want to see the new Doctor alongside Capaldi, or just in the Doctor Who environment of all the different casts and stuff, but at the same time, this is Capaldi's last time at Hall H, at Comic-Con. It'd be weird if we had the new Doctor, in a way, because it'd probably detract a bit from Capaldi's era that was. But, I mean, it's very likely that they will be there. Saying they, because it could be anyone. I know that terrifies some people, but it could be anyone. Moving on, and have you ever wanted to be inside the minds of the gooey, the organic, or whatever the hell Chris Chibnall wants to make them, Daleks? Of course you haven't, but there's a book about it. Dalek, the astounding untold history of the enemies of the universe. What a long frickin' title. Is a hardcover guide to the Doctor's deadliest, but not really, enemies. I mean, really, at this point, it's probably wet heather. The Daleks can't just travel across time and space and never escape, and, I mean, heather can get inside a Dalek and melt it into water. So I feel like she's on top of the Daleks in terms of deathness. The book will explore the villains' genesis, their 1,000-year war with the Thals, their work in the Time War and beyond. All complemented with beautiful art pulling from concept art, comics, illustrations, and diagrams. This is exactly what I'm after, and that's not just because I want someone to send it to me for free, but I also want someone to send it to me for free. Star Wars and, you know, big budget films like the Marvel films, but mainly Star Wars, get books on entire alien species, and, you know, I've got a book over there about Tarkin, a character that most people that are just viewers of the films of the Star Wars wouldn't even know about. But it's like, individual things get so much lore in the Star Wars universe and the Marvel films and stuff, and it's really cool that we're getting a book specifically about the Daleks. It looks beautiful. To have something like those expanded universe Star Wars books is very, very exciting. Something that isn't as exciting is that more people are leaving Doctor Who. Shock. Brian Minchin, who was brought onto the show as an executive producer in April 2013, but as with almost everyone, his time has come to an end. Minchin will be leaving Doctor Who, whilst moving over to be the head of drama for Heartswood West, the Cardiff-based home of Beryl and Sue Virtue's company. Best known for BBC's Sherlock and soon BBC Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat's Dracula. So basically, Minchin will be leaving Doctor Who, but he'll still have Gatiss and Moffat on one of those monkey backpack things. Now, with all the sadness of people leaving, I think it's time we looked at a beautiful, heartwarming fan art of Peter Capaldi's final moments as the Doctor. Ah, crap. That's not lighthearted at all. If you want some happiness, why don't you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at the Doctor of Who. And thank you for all the support on my recent content. It means a lot to me, and I hope you're enjoying a little bit more consistent content. I mean, consistent in the fact that you don't know when it'll drop, but it will drop. It's kind of like, the Big Ben bell in Big Ben. At some point that bell has got to drop out of the sky, but you don't know when. Man, that was dark. Yeah, thank you for watching whatever this was, which was Who's, and usually it will sit on a Friday with a video on the Saturday, but I also will not make any promises. I promise I won't make any promises. But until the next video, I'm gonna think of a catchphrase. Bye!